Well, hi. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome back. It is a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. At least if you're in the same time zone slash country as I am. If not, happy whatever it is to whatever time zone you're in. And Krogan Girl, you were first in the chat today. Congratulations on dethroning our usuals. And Derigo is here, our bestest mod ever. Quinmis as well, do be lurkin, she hath no name, Kill a Maverick, Phoenix Firefay, hello. We've got Chibetta as well, Darker Logics, and Bane. Angel Wolf, welcome back, Renacide, Special K, indeed, Wild Rosie has appeared. They tried to contain me, but I could not be contained, and I have been let loose upon the streaming world. Do not like the new mobile update for Twitch. I actually have not opened Twitch up on mobile in it might be going on like a year. But yes, hi. Does a slutty little dancey dance. I do my little dancey dance. Hi, lame person. And Renacide, yes, I decided to go with some pink today. It was a very low-key day. I didn't necessarily get a lot done. I did get groceries though. I did walk myself down to the grocery store and got myself food and snacks. Yeah, little snickety snacks for little raccoon hands. Phoenix is saying I'm usually on mobile unless studying or something. Yeah, I've just hardly ever had like reason I guess to. Sorry, I just had to make sure I pull this up on YouTube as well. I totally forgot about my YouTube chat. I need to get a second computer monitor again. As one of the things I lost in the move, it would make my life easier. But it is okay. I am resilient. We are building back. There we go. Angel Wolf says, Rosie, you look so gorgeous. Aw. Aw. Thank you. I was going for gorgeous. Nice to see that it landed. I hope you guys had a good day today. And let's see, what did I do? Oh yeah, I had a really awesome, cute little ice cream date last night. She's gorgeous, by the way. She chose an awesome ice cream place for us to meet up at, and I was like, ooh, yeah. I got cookie. It was like a cookie dough ice cream, and it was phenomenal. It's possible, if you haven't noticed an update yet, the app itself might not have updated at all. So, yeah, I also had a possible... There's like a dating app that reached out to me for a possible sponsorship. So, hey, big girl things. I don't do a lot of sponsorships, but they were like very like non-monogamy consent based, like from what I've seen. And I was like, oh, yes, speak consent to me. So I've been checking it out. We'll see if I actually like it, and if that would actually be something I'd want to endorse. Hi, Tiger Man, saying you has donuts. I want donuts. Get, please, please, please. She hath no name says I made homemade cheese sauce today. That sounds delicious. That sounds incredible. And we have a posture check from Nora. And hi, Dr. Norp. Welcome back. Ooh, I did get bit, though. Unfortunately, I got a few mosquito bites. Why? Is it why bother? Or is that short for why both year? Also, thank you for the... yeah, thank you for the resubscription. That is so very appreciated. I remembered water. Let's see. Angel Wolf says, I'm watching my cousin's dogs for a week, so I'm not at my aunt's. I'm thriving. Love that. Love that for you. Lane person says, I need to get up and clean the bathroom, but my cat's so sleepy and cute. Can't resist cuddling him. You know what? You and I both know it's a crime. It is a crime not to cuddle the cat. And it is why bother? Why bother? Okay, I got that. Excellent. Well, thank you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I also love when I remember water, because I definitely should drink more of it. Ironically, given the content that I make. She hath no name says, I love bite, but only in consensual quinky sense. I will nom in that sense, and also the I am stimming and I am showing affection sense. Yes, we missed you as well, Nora. Welcome. Welcome back to the House of Quartz community. It's good to have you. It's good to have you in chat again. Also, shout out to my lurkers there who just kind of like hang out in the background, and I know you're there. I know you're there, and I appreciate you. Yeah, right? Love, bite equals love. Love is nom. Must nom. Must nom. We will nom. Phantom Hive, hi! Welcome back to you too. Hello, hello, how are you doing, friend? Yeah, bite in like kind of sense, yeah. Cat's nibble to show affection. Same though. If you guys are wondering whatever happened to that weird cat girl who used to hiss at people in like elementary school, this is what happens. This is what you get. And honestly, I feel like the unhinged cat girls that have just a smidge of cringe to them, we are the glue that holds society together. Society needs us. Society needs our cringe. There's something about the cat girls and the dog girls and all the rest. There's something about it that just society needs the glitter. Society needs the little bit of extra outside of the norm serotonin to keep things interesting. You're welcome. That's our job. The job of the cringy cat girl is to keep life just a little bit interesting, because if you don't have some cringe to look at, I mean, honestly, your day would be pretty dull. Let's be honest. That's the funny thing to me is like people who say like, ew, that's so cringe. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing with your day? Mid-ass... you and your mid-ass self. What have you been doing all day? Like, what's so like, literally, you're out here calling me cringe, but at least cringe is interesting. And you've been doing what? What have you been doing? All hail the cringe cat girls. We are society's sprinkles. And I love that. I love that for us. Go. Got chewies for stimmy noms. I did too at one point. I think I have them somewhere still, but haven't unpacked them. Tigerman was the scowly and dead stare boy. Oh boy, I dated that one at one point. Woo. I think though, Tigerman, you turned out more wholesome than the situation I was in there. Oh my god. 'Cause the thing is, like, I'm raw, do that, do it like pro. Bella in the stacks, thank you so very much for the resubscription for a year. Happy brain things there. That's a whole celebration moment. Thank you for resubscribing and continuing to support my content. You are so very, very appreciated. All the good things. And Phoenix Firefay, I also had the big shark tooth ones, yes. Quimus says, oh, the temptation to go back and clip the mic knobs. I'm sorry you're out of brain cells. I promise I can... I'll just do it again. Renaside was the new all in school. I also was that person, but mostly because it was a small school. I didn't have a lot of competition. And yeah, Tigerman says, I turned out to be a wisdom dispensing middle-aged NB. See that? I love that trajectory for you. I really do. The way that Oh, the way that, like, when I first came across this person, like, I was raised to be able to just like read people's moods, and I made it my life's mission for some reason to cheer this person up. And it turned, basically I put in a lot of labor to be their mood regulator is what ended up happening. And I don't love that for me. Oh my god, I deserve so much compensation for the amount of emotional support labor that I put into that storm cloud of a person. At, that was not great. Blitz, hi. We're doing great. How are you? Hello, hello. Also, give squishes to Peanut, and say hi to your person for me. You're appreciated, lovely Belle. You're the best. Bestest Belle in the party. Which person are we talking about? Oh, that would be the first one. This Listen, I have been in a gradual healing process, okay? I am healing, not healed. We're working on it. Angel Wolf was a shy and quiet kid reading a book in the corner. You know what? Somehow I've been all three of these people. I have been the unhinged cat girl, I was the class know-it-all, and I was the quiet one in the corner. Holding Peanut right now because they just fell off their climbing triangle and bopped their face. Oh, poor baby. Oh no. That's always so jarring. I love that we're hitting a period in like human history where parents are starting to realize how jarring things are for children's brains, and yeah, just it's been a lot less like, oh, suck it up, Buttercup, and into like, oh, your brain is goop. We need to help your brain process and learn. Tireman says, was going through undiagnosed mental issues. Once those were sorted, mellowed out a bit. Yeah, I genuinely just wish, because this is related to, like, as I've talked about in my content before, I've experienced some not so great non-consensual things in my relationships, and yeah, that's somebody where I had to, once I realized that I was basically their emotional regulator, it was like, you know what? I genuinely hope you get the diagnosis and the support that you need so that you can regulate yourself and also stop assaulting people. But I'm pulling out. I'm gone. Blitz says they're fine. They're done crying. Now try to bite shoulder. Before you came in, I was trying to bite the bike. So also me. Samesies, Peanut. Samesies. Nora was the nerdy dork kid that would just self-teach themselves random stuff. It's giving neurospicy. I think if we ever fully heal, we transcend our mortal forms. No, for real, God had to nerf me. I would have been unstoppable. Like, if I wasn't given religious trauma and all of that other, like, God had to nerf me or I would have been absolutely lethal. Y'all would have been in so much trouble. Aw, thank you for the double alert, Quinmas. Phoenix Firefay was the weird kid. Same. Tigerman said, we laughed when my nephew bonked his head. Not to make fun, but so he didn't cry. Yeah, there's like a difference, right? Like, undercutting hard things with laughter can be very helpful. Gone full rosy rosé today. No, it's just a coincidence. Also, I need some rosé around here. Ironically, I do love rosé. Angel said, I was fine not socializing when I was younger, but as I got older, found I liked it more. Oh no, I actually ended up loving socializing. It was just I was in a cult. Hey, Bane. And Blitz says, gotta put Peanut to bed. You'll be back? Okay, sounds good. And Ancient Hydra rolling in with the blasphemy, as per usual. Renicide's like, why, yes, I am the neurospicy. Thank you for noticing. It's just my natural glow, and by glow, I mean tism. or ADHD, or both. Bell on the Stack says, my partner and I are butting heads this evening. Oh dear, we've been non-monog for years now and do well normally, but someone I was talking to before that ended up ghosting me, came back recently and apologized. We made up and are trying again. Pair really well, it's easy with him, but my anchor partner thinks I shouldn't give him another chance. So he's not happy I am. I don't know what to do. I think I like this person a lot. He makes me feel seen and heard. Well, the thing is, like, if they ghosted for a legitimate, like, lack of capacity reason, because, like, I've ended up absolutely, like, dropping, like, off the face of the fucking planet myself just because when you have PTSD, that just happens. So if it's here's the thing. There are certain people, though, who can make you feel seen and heard, but it's just to, like, breadcrumb you and get what they want from you so that they can disappear again. So it's kind of like, keep your eye out, right? It's something that you can approach with discernment. So maybe you can, like, tell your partner, like, I'm taking your concerns into consideration, and I'm going to be watching their behavior from here on out very closely. They've got one shot, and if I don't see consistency from them here on out, then sayonara. Mythos says, yeah, pretty sure I would have ended up Lex Luthor, but with hair. Tireman says, always been a self-educating nerd. Slar Senpai, hi. Thank you so very much. That's 28 months. How cool is that? Thank you so very much, and welcome back to chat. Angel says, I remember getting a bunch of head injuries as a kid. Hit my head on a door, a chandelier, corner of a table, which I needed stitches for as well. Now, apparently there's stuff. I've been finding out so much information about, like, neurospicy people with jaw issues, and I was like, uh-oh. And then also having trouble with, like, depth perception and things like that. Bane, thank you for the resubscription as well for 12 months. We've got another year right here. Brrr, celebratory burrs. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you. Also a wine stream. I really should take a note from Meister Spooks and do a wine stream. Quinmus, thank you for the gifts up there to Blitz. That'll be something nice for them to come back to. Nice little treat for them there, which means we've got a hype train going this evening. Thank you guys so very much. I have such an amazing, wonderful, supportive community. Y'all are the best. I could not ask for better. Let's see, what else did I do yesterday? Oh yeah, I finally got to catch up with Eldritch Author, if you guys remember Daddy Deeplore. So maybe because yeah, both of us have had, like, the life things happening, so it was nice to catch up with them. We might shoot for some collab stuff again in the future, depending on capacity. Thank you for the biddies, Bell in the Stacks. You got a scar just above your eyebrow? I actually have a scar in my eyebrow because when I was babysitting one of my cousins years ago, he dropped a toy fire truck on my face and then laughed in my face as I was, like, profusely bleeding. Yeah, no, Eldritch has always been such a sweet being to me. And they also have the psychology background. So, like, psychology nerd out back and forth together. And of course, like, I was just, like, laying out some of, like, the recent events that I've experienced in my life. And I was like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this situation? And they were able to give me just some really great insights into stuff that I very much appreciated. I was like, you think good thunks. You thunk good things. Thank you. So it was really great. Also, I got to do a tarot reading, like mutual tarot reading with a friend the night before that. That was just very great. Like, yeah, I've been catching up with friends and being able to put energy into friendships that I just hadn't had the capacity to show up for a while. So that was just nice. And thank you guys for a hype train today. You're the bestest ever. Bestest ever. As I said, has scars, because I was not scars on lips, because not smart as a child. Oh no, I'm covered. I was such a tomboy kid. I am covered in scars. I got like a special little scar on my butt because I fell out an ice skate. Like many scars. So many. And I had a very rough and tumble life. Which probably like that just my whole life, my personality is mapped out. I think I got like couple cat scratches. A lot of it's from falling out of trees, honestly. No, it's what I'm going for. I'm going for moss. I got moss. I got a moss blanket. And now I just need I need leaf things. Oh my god, Mythos. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Hey, thank you. We're now at a level 3 hype train. Let's go. Well, that's so very appreciated. And thank you. I appreciate you so very much. I can't even begin to tell you. Listen, honestly, the way that I could just soak up all the affirmation. I am an affirmation sponge at this point. Tigerman said, had a cool scar above my eye that looked like a dueling scar, but it's mostly healed, can't be seen. I wish my scars did that. For some reason, I scar very easily. Angel Wolf says, I remember playing with my brother's toys a lot as a kid, never played with Barbies. I kind of had a fusion of things. My younger sibling was big into Legos. Like, they loved Legos. And I would just do this thing where I would just, like combine the Barbies and the Legos just to make some kind of convoluted structure. I also hardly ever played with, like, the grown-up Barbies. Because, you know, like, Barbies, you've got the grown-ups, but you also have, like, the smaller kid ones. And I pretty much always ended up playing with, like, the small ones. And I remember trying, because there's this trope where girls make their Barbies do a wedding, and I tried to do it one time. I was like, why is this a trope for girls to make their Barbies like marry? So I did this thing. I had the Ken doll. I had a bride. I literally had a bridal Barbie for some reason. Being raised to be a trad wife had nothing to do with that, I don't think. And I was like, okay, let's do this wedding thing. I got about 5 minutes into it, and I got so bored, and then I immediately reverted right back to the kids who I sent on a murder mystery quest. Yeah, I was not built for trad wife. I really was not. You whittle, so hands are a patchwork of scars. Yeah, that would be for like whittling, right? Like, Rosie, you're looking sharp like a sword. I can live with that. We'll get a hydrate here. How does everybody in chat just have an eyebrow scar? Sound of the Forest on TikTok has an awesome leaf quilt. Yeah, actually, I have a bunch of those pillows saved up. I've got like an apartment wish list and things like that. So I window shopped it. I put it up there, and as I can like afford it, I'm like gradually bringing it into my new space. Rosie, pick my game for me. Am I playing Warframe or Baldur's Gate 3? You are playing Warframe. Thank you for lurking, Belle. All right, murder mystery. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Have one on each eyebrow? It's weird, kind of not occult marketing. We have marketing? We were all meant to be here for... We're just eyebrow scar buddies. I knew there was something that brought us all together, and apparently that's it. Renaside says, I don't like talking about my other scar. The mouth ones are a funny thing, at least. Well, the one, my one younger sibling, because back when my family used to live on an acreage, and we had horses, and like I think we boarded goats at one point. We had dogs and all this stuff, but like the big one that we were doing was raising chickens. And so my dad had set up, like he was going to do the chicken wire fence. So he did the thing where you take twine between the posts, and that's going to be like how you keep everything straight, and you know exactly where everything's supposed to go. And I think it was my younger sibling, but they ended up clotheslining themselves on it while we were playing tag or something, and then they came back and hit the other one, like literally hit, like they clotheslined themselves, went flat, got up, and then hit the next one, and yeah, ended up with like a little scar from it. But it was really funny to watch. It was really funny to see them literally like thoing, and then like thoing right off the next one, and I was like, oh. And thank you for the hype train. Thank you, y'all. Just mwah. I promise I do good things. I do good things with the stuff you do to support me. Mine's above the eyebrow, but it counts. Yes, if it's like above the eyebrow, in the eyebrow, or just under the eyebrow, that counts. That scars from a car accident. Have an older one from fighting with my brother on the same side. I feel like for some reason the eyebrows just take the brunt. And we have an ara. I remember when I had, do you not have eyebrows, Joe? Where'd your eyebrows go? What? Scars under the eyebrow? Yeah, for some reason, this part of the face, at least it's not the eyes, right? At least it's not the eyes. By good things, she means purchasing. You would, no. Listen, one of the reasons even with like alcohol or like weed, stuff like that, I do not indulge in a lot of, because my addiction is wigs, things like that. I have a thing. I have my own coping mechanism that makes my brain go burr, and that's where it all goes. That's it. Somebody appreciates the ara ara, I see. The thunk sound of a good old-fashioned clothesline is priceless. It is. And unfortunately, once again while playing tag, they clotheslined themselves on like the end of a truck bed and tore like a whole chunk right out. And we had to go to the hospital. There was blood everywhere. I almost passed out. It was a whole thing. Lens for my glasses caused the scar. 2 meters lower, I would have lost the eye. Ugh. Yeah, honestly, it's the eyeball thing. When it comes to body, horror, gore, anything to do with eyeballs, I'm like, ew. Gross. Excuse me, are you trying to murder me? While I feel like you wouldn't complain about it. I feel like you'd go happily. But yeah, that was kind of like the gist of it. No Baldur's Gate 3 intro for you? No? Friend shaved him off, but made 40? Like, you made $40 of shaving your eyebrows off? What do you mean cheese is not a coping mechanism? How dare you? I beg to differ, and that's coming from somebody who just bought themselves a bulk thing of Baby Bells and 2 packages of cheese sticks. Excuse you. And also cheese slices for sandwiches. I bought a lot of cheese today. Like, half my grocery list was cheese. How dare you? Aw, thank you for lurking, She Hath No Name. Tyrant says, I can watch autopsies while eating, but anything near the eye, I'm out of there. No, 100%. I'm dead. I'm gone. Can't do it. Exactly. Denied. Cheese is love. Cheese is life. And we have an ooh-woo voice. Angela says, you know what? You're right, but that still makes you a brat for mentioning it. You're the one. You're the one who put your Achilles heel out on Maine. So I think that's on you. That sounds like a you problem. Cool, you haven't seen that Olympian posing with the cheese? Exactly. The Olympians have even they're exemplars for the rest of us. Cheese is holy. Cheese is the core tenant. It is the foundation of this house. You would think it would be quartz because it's House of Quartz, but no, it's the foundation of this house is cheese, and it will remain so. Yeah. Cheese is calcium, calcium's good, therefore cheese is good. We do not worship Jesus, we worship Jesus. Mm-hmm. The quartzy cheese. Honestly, if I ever like had enough money to invest in business, it would be in cheese. Because so many people love cheese. Even people who have lactose intolerance love cheese. So therefore, I feel like it is a solid investment to invest in cheese. House of Monster? Could be. Exactly. All hail Jesus. You want sharp cheddar? I want smoked Gouda, honestly. Oh my god. When I was on the date last night, we were ordering, I got to try Negroni for the first time. And I also ordered a charcuterie board. A charcuterie board. And it was very pretty. And it had really, 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 really good cheese. The bestest cheese. And I was content. I was happy. To be honest, can't judge. I'm laying on the kitchen floor beside my youngest cat. No. Yeah, the uwu voice is fun. I'm glad you guys enjoy it because it's fun to do. Like I said, like there's something about cringe that adds a spice to life, and I feel like it's underappreciated. It does good stuff. I had a really great conversation with this person. They specialize in like PTSD research. So they were talking about how like a lot of the stuff for PTSD is either CBT or exposure therapy. And I was talking about how my version of exposure therapy is kind of the opposite of classic exposure therapy, because what they were describing is essentially when you feel your brain fires off a fear response, you're supposed to like power through it, and then your brain just like gets used to it, doesn't register it as strongly. And I was like, and they were talking about how a lot of people drop out of exposure therapy because that's exhausting. It's that's rough. And I was like, yeah, it is. Like sitting there like reliving your worst traumas and then like breathe, like just sitting through it. I kind of have the opposite thing where I went Hobbit mode. I don't believe in pushing yourself through shit. I'm like, with PTSD, your brain doesn't feel safe. And so my way of going about PTSD is to intentionally seek out safe. So that means creature comforts. That means weighted blankets. That means like warm toasted bread with butter and cheese sticks. Like when brain goes like like all that stuff is sounding off, like I'll go get a hug. Like I'll go to like if one of my partners is around, I'll just go over and be like, squish please. Squish please. And that can help. I'm very like, the way I am so anti-push through it. Like, no, fuck that shit. Also, there was I think it was a tweet or something where somebody was like, do it scared, do it alone. And I was like, sure, you do still have to do it scared, but also like, I'm not a horror movie protagonist. Stop. No. Embrace the cringe or it will embrace you. Wife and I do a shark coochie board for New Year's Eve every year. That is an excellent tradition, and I love that for you. Mythos says, they who control the cringe control the universe. Quote, cringy do. 1000%. So what I've ended up doing is, I mean, even my makeup routine is something I do because it's very comforting for me. It's very regulating. Not a horror movie protag, so I can't hang out by your window anymore. Good luck getting to it. I would be impressed. I would be both scared and impressed. Cause you that would take some scaling. Relatable, just binged 67 consecutive episodes of Black Clover. What is Black Clover? I have never heard of it before. Not a clue. Wozy, I would like to play a game with you. Ooh, woo. Just need a ladder? No. You would need... I don't even know if a fire truck ladder would do the trick. Hurt to type that? Haha, embrace the cringe. Tigerman says, if I was in a horror movie, I'd go early because fuck them, I'm dealing with this shit now. Yeah, you're just like, I'm not about this. Angel Wolf says, you need companionship, no going it alone. That's one of the first horror movie rules. 100%. I'm like, since when does doing it alone, going it alone, actually been helpful in a survival situation? Unless you're playing a video game and you got an NPC with you and that NPC just gets you killed over and over because they can't stealth for shit. I'm looking at you, Lydia from Skyrim. The way that I have personal beef, beef with that, how high up are you? No, pretty high up, but I will stop here with any more details around, like, because I'm a public figure. You have to make sure that you don't actually give away too much about your living circumstances for reasons of some people out there are unhinged. Unfortunately. It's a Japanese cartoon about a kid who wants to be the Wizard King and marry a nun. That sounds like such a very specific cartoon. No, there is no basement. I got myself a little place, and it's all mine. I did this all by myself. Well, no, I didn't actually. I had some very wonderful, supportive friends who got me from an unsafe situation into stability again, and I appreciate the fuck out of them. Like the way that I love I've got some amazing friends and community. And Blitz is back. Hi, Blitz. Ashley from Resident Evil 4 is okay once you unlock her armor. Yeah, it takes a while to get her there, doesn't it? Hydrate. Also, it looks like we got another bot to yeet. That's why my Instagram's on private. Only post a close friend story. Yeah. I do this for a living. So, yeah. Basically, like, you do your best. You do your best to maintain things and just kind of go about your life, go about your day, and hope everything turns out okay. Gets worse. Don't want to advertise it as any better than it is. Oh. Aw. Yeah, exactly. Street smarts. Street smarts. No, there's it actually, I mean, even like the topic of safety is very relevant. It's very relevant to some of this, like the recent stuff that I've been processing for myself and changing up the dynamics in my life, changing up who is in my life. And I kind of ended up doing a thing where I finally closed some doors. I finally closed some doors that I left open for way too long. And yeah, it really came down to, and the decision to close those doors, it really came down to who took my safety seriously and who turned it into drama. Because I have such a black and white sense of justice over some things. So when it comes to physical safety, emotional safety, schmexual safety, like interpersonal safety, like all of that safety stuff, I am very black and white about it. And I'm like, if you're the type of person to take safety and make it drama and gossip and not actually check in and make sure that I'm safe, you need to go. You need to go all the way out the door. That's so immature, and just it's not anything that I want to have in my life. I have goals for myself, and those goals involve continuing to mature, grow, evolve, keep building healthy community, and seeing somebody in literal danger and making it gossip. That's not giving maturity, that's not giving safety, that's giving irresponsibility, that's giving lack of growth, that's giving liability, and it's gotta go. Let's see. Blitz says there's a Faye ball in Montreal I desperately want to go to, but tickets are $500. Oh God. Oh God. Mythos says I'm actually fairly easy to find unless you're an HR department drone. Once again, that is very specific. Lane person, you got this. Go farm your XP. Get it done. Get her done. Let's see. Damn, Rosie. WD-40 should sponsor you. WD-40. Is it like the door closing? Just like, let's clean up that rust. Listen, at least you closed them. We're heckin' proud of you for putting yourself first. Yeah, my main goal is Canada. No, same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Keeping an eye out for other events that are maybe cheaper. Aw, wait, would Jay come back out this way up to Canada? Let's see, 500. That's one whole Lego Barrador. It is though. It is though. Caspian's like, I am a silly little goose, and I will remain a silly little goose. Yeah, that's an expensive Fable. Aw man, I would have loved that for you. That's too bad. That's too bad it's that expensive. We love the growth. We love the maturity. Purr, I say. No, we do. We do love to see it. And I think in my own healing process, I was not confident. I was not confident enough to say that certain things that bothered me were not okay. And I finally hit a point where I'm like, no, if something compromises my safety in some way, then it is a big deal. And that was kind of the hallmark of certain like situations, friendships, relationships, family. The hallmark for me of why I don't want to be there anymore, talk to those people, be around those people, is they did not take my safety seriously. And that really does come down to a failing. That is a failing towards me that I can't tolerate anymore. Not sure they would, have to ask, but if they do, probably make plans in Toronto. Oh, yes, hang out. I would love to meet Jay in person. That would be fantastic. Growing up was a trap. Yeah, got some Peter Pan shit. Oh, I heard the theory that Peter Pan is actually dead and his ghost lures children to jump out of windows. And I was like, excuse me, what? And all the Lost Boys are actually dead? Let's see. I'm Caffeine Fiend says, a person should always feel safe and secure no matter the activity. Absolutely. And Sky says, yep, some doors closing is often necessary so you can open new doors. WD-40, lube your hinges. That's, oh my god, rest in peace, Rufio. Rufio. Love to see it. Thank you. I've kind of been in a place where I've been trying, because I remember like a few weeks ago I was talking about like exploring venting, seeing how that felt. and then trying to like figure out a balance between venting, speaking my piece, and like effective self-advocacy. So that's what we're working on right now. That's what we're working on. We're trying to figure out effective ways of using my voice that mean that I don't have to stay quiet. My safety is preserved, and I also preserve the qualities in myself that I appreciate the most, which are kindness, compassion, understanding. Because I like the thing with venting is it took me to a place where I could be mean if I felt like mean in return to being treated in a way that was mean. And I was like, I'm not that person. Like, I could, it let me know that I could be that person, but it is a choice. It is a choice to be literally better than that. V3 Mouth, thank you so very much for the biddies. Aw, heck of a list. Have you some can do it biddies? Make sure when you're closing the door, you slam it on their hand or fingers. Make sure they remember it. Listen. Part of maturity is recognizing that if somebody else, like, vengeance, revenge, like pain for pain would destabilize. And maybe there is a place, maybe there is a time and a place for learning through being destabilized, but there's no guarantee that will happen. Destabilizing somebody is a lot more likely to take them to a place where if you're destabilized, it's hard to mature, it's hard to grow. And I don't wish how I was treated I wouldn't wish the way that I've been treated onto the people who treated me that way. It's destabilizing, and you can't critically think through things if you're being actively destabilized. Vent all the time, probably why most of my friends are kind of quiet. Oh. Kind of like venting in the way of journaling my thoughts. I've done that a lot. I really have. I have spent a lot of time. There are a few letters that I have never sent. Partly because, like, if they would have listened to me, they would have listened to me when I was in their life and I was present. And secondly, it's a lot. It's kind of, when you actually get all of it out on paper, even if it's you and your own thoughts, you're like, damn, that's a lot of words. Success is the best revenge. And the thing is, like, it isn't even, I've never had a revenge mindset. What I would love, I would love to see, in certain situations, especially where my safety was compromised, I would love to see it made right. I don't want that, if my life was destabilized by somebody in a way that was inappropriate and harmful to my safety and well-being, I want them to make it right. And it's not likely. And that's something I've given a lot of thought to, especially because in the situation where I was assaulted, they were very interconnected with their family. And there was always so much talk about how, like, there's family accountability, community church accountability, things like that. They were so interconnected over each other's lives, and yet at no point have they, as a family unit, looked at his behavior and came back to me and said, how he compromised your safety, how can we hold him accountable, and how can we make this right with you? That's what I would want to see. Here's your letter, Chuck's book. I've got a letter for you, bitch. Funk. That would be funny. I'll give you that. I will give you that. She didn't send the letter. She got voodoo dolls instead. Listen, I've endured what's called in the abuse cycle, there's often, as you leave the person that was abusing you, they'll put you through what's called a smear campaign. And the one of the smear campaigns that I've been put through involved all of this stuff about how I'm a witch and I hex people and blah blah blah. I already have enough of that slander on my plate. So also voodoo is something that is it's a closed practice. That's something that that's something I respectfully need to leave to who that is for. I have a lot of respect for hoodoo and voodoo practitioners. I was raised to have a lot of superstition about them. I was raised to be almost hateful towards people who practice things like hoodoo and voodoo, and now I look back at that and I'm like, the people who taught me to be that way towards hoodoo and voodoo were racist. Yeah, that's a problem. Caffeine Fiend says, I always figure vengeance is bad. It might feel good sometimes, but so very rarely worth my time. Vengeance is a lot of work. I honestly would. I would rather eat good food, snuggle people that I trust, like have like good interpersonal connections and all of that good stuff. Blitz says, man, that's a lot of words. Feel hit me today. I'm in therapy right now. Can only have an appointment every 2 weeks. Samesies. In the middle of an issue right now that's causing a lot of thoughts, feelings. So I've been writing them down so I don't forget. Looking back at it, I'm like, damn, I didn't know I had that many feelings. Blitz, for real, Blitz. Like I ended up writing a couple of letters that turned into, they were, for each person, at least 8 pages long. And I was like, okay, but it is good. At least it actually, even though it was a lot of words, it gave my thoughts structure so that at least self-advocacy wise, if I find myself in a similar situation, I have my thoughts in order to advocate for myself with. You aren't a witch. You seem to have bewitched chat list, and I do have tarot cards, but I am going to say, like, claiming that I hexed him with COVID was funny. Especially at the time, hexing and cursing, that takes energy. And at the time he was claiming I was hexing him and doing blood magic, I was starving. I did not have consistent access to food. And I was like, where would you think I would get the energy required to hex you? The fuck? And also, the way they always... An abuser will always turn around and be like, she hit me. She did something. And I'm over there, like, on the floor stunned after, like, I'm still recovering. And they're over here like, she hit me. And I'm like, I literally don't have access to food because of you. What? No vengeance. Have your best life. Just way the fuck over there. Yeah, exactly. Have runes? I used to have runes, but never learned how to use them. Gentle Tap, welcome back. Hi. We are going for like cotton candy, pastel fairy type of thing. No turning me into a frog? Sadly, no. Righteous Rage is actually super useful. You have the tarot cards too? Genshin tarot cards. Nice. Rosie won't hex someone. She has people for that. Listen, I do have some friends who I would never want to be on their bad side. I am so very glad that they love and care about me because holy fuck. Yep. I'm like, I appreciate and am scared of you at the same time. And it's good to have those people in your life. They come through. That person, the person that you appreciate but are also a little bit scared of, that person will come the fuck through for you. Like, sir, I'm just trying to eat my sandwich. How many female grad students in general, I've seen them hurt mentally and professionally? Oh, there's more to that. I have exactly one person who, whenever I hear wouldn't wish that I'm my worst enemy, I think I would and always feel that way. And you know what? There are certain people where the tower card, so to speak, crash, go down. Mew. Smear campaigns are rough, but voodoo's a zero brain cell choice. First, because it's an ethnic religion. Second, because that would mean he's saying it works. Sounds like my friend KJ. She's scary, also one of my besties. And yeah, no, I've had like Blitz was saying, like there's circumstances, interpersonal relationships where I've had like so many thoughts about, but I'm getting to a point of being at peace with them not being in my life. And one of the main reasons being, I was talking about last stream about how some of these friends had a tendency of speaking to me in a way that was incredibly disrespectful and hurtful. And at this point, I'm not okay with that. And I've also realized that with a lot of these friends, I made space for them to vent to me over and over and over again. And even after all this time, where they hit a point where they would stop talking to me, be resentful of me, I would hear them speak badly of me behind my back, they're exactly where I left them. Like, they're still complaining about the same shit. And I'm like, and I realized thinking back that I wasn't even really getting quality out of the conversations with them. Like, I've gotten to a point where I really value people who I learned something from, who I have really great brain burr conversations where they're passionate about something. And a lot of these people, they weren't passionate about anything. They were rather apathetic and just kind of doing the same thing day in and day out. And I was like, I sat back and I was like, when was the last time I learned something from this person? When was the last time something they said made my brain light up and I got excited? And the answer was not really ever. I was like, this isn't actually a valuable interaction to my life. Oh, okay. Let's see. Blitz says, did I teach you something? I thought I just roasted your ability to use Excel. Actually, no, Blitz. I can point to a number of things where we've had really great conversations. We've gamed together, and I enjoyed gaming with you. And also, like, you've had great insights for running communities, things like that. No, I very much value what you contribute. And, especially because, like, yeah, we've had a variety of different things to connect on that I appreciate. Sky says there's different kinds of peace. How do you end up at the healthiest one? After all that and more is a mystery to me. Maybe there is a real voodoo priest who cares a lot about you in a good way. I've definitely had to come to a place where I can be my own peace. And it's been a bit of a safety buffer, because even though I'm at risk for unsafe relationships, because you can't necessarily see them coming, like especially if somebody puts on a mask for you, love bombs you, things like that, and then the mask falls off later. But I have some insulating resiliency factors in that I don't really respond in the classic way to that stuff. I don't really escalate as a person. I tend to be pretty self-sufficient, even in situations and interpersonal situations where somebody is kind of doing me dirty. I tend to do pretty well. Like, I tend to stay pretty regulated and do my own thing, and eventually take myself, like, I'll move away in some capacity from it. Friends know me as the golden retriever guy, but they also know I'm the one that will show up at 2 a.m. with good boots, leather gloves, and whatever's needed, including a reasonable amount of bail money. Golden retrievers are sometimes sneaky, scary people. No, actually, I have a golden retriever friend who is helping me in the last situation where my safety was compromised, and he's such a happy, upbeat, literal golden retriever, but in that, like, the way that he just, when he goes into guard dog mode, so to speak, like, I was like, I am so glad you're my friend. I'm so glad. I would hate to be on the receiving end of that energy. Quimma says, I figure if you aren't the type to get vindictive when somebody harms you, it doesn't mean you're going to heal by completely changing and becoming vindictive. Not that you can't, but that's not really how a non-vindictive person process things. Yeah, and that comes back to what I was saying about how what I would prefer over being vindictive and though it can feel so satisfying to hear the vindictiveness come out of your own mouth. It can feel so satisfying to be like, I was treated this way, but if I spoke with the same energy and if I returned this to you, they'd be on the fucking ground. Like, even with what little venting I allowed myself, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close to the level of verbal lethal that I could go to, because when you've been raised to be observant about people, all of it, every little last thing that you know they don't like about yourself, you'll have picked up on. And if the people pleaser is done dirty enough, all of those things, all of that emotional labor you did to assure them, lift them up, be accommodating to them, to be tolerant of some of their shittiest behavior towards you, it flips. It'll flip, and you'll be like, you know what? All the walls down, you're up. Chopping block, let's go. It's like, you want to deal me that energy? Let's put you up here. And that's the thing with people pleasers, is we have the capacity to, we know your ego backwards and forwards. And if we wanted to, we could rip the entire thing. The real vengeance from a people pleaser would be for that people pleaser to throw back everything that they couched for you. All of your insecurity, all of the worst things you don't like about yourself. If you had a people pleaser in your life, you do them dirty enough, they have everything about you, and they can mirror your ego back to you viciously. And I had to sit with that. That temptation was there. It is so tempting with a few people in my life where I'm like, I was in your life long enough, I loved and cared about you long enough to know the worst of the worst about you. And the temptation to fire it is there, but I'm not like you. And that's the thing. I pulled it back because I am not that person. I am not like them. And it is antithetical to who I want to be and who I want to continue to be, to fire that back. So I'm like, no, no, nope. The way that it's there, but I made a commitment to myself to be better than how I was treated. You know, my mom, she's one hectic people pleaser. Oh, my condolences to your mom. You're right, rip and tear until you're done. People pleasers keep receipts without realizing it. Exactly. So people persons are secretly gathering dirt on you and learning your weaknesses. They are, actually. That's the thing, is that if you've got somebody in your life who is fawn responding to you and who is people pleasing to you, that people pleaser is in the mindset of of gathering all this information to keep you happy. But if you do them dirty, they now have all this information, and you better hope that the character development holds up. We're gonna go for hydrate. And especially, like, if you have experienced domestic abuse, you know your abuser backwards and forwards to a certain degree. Like, you understand their brain, and I think, and that's part of why they abuse you, is they know you know. Right, that Rosie, how to take the high road, be the better person. Yeah, and to me, it's not even, it's taking the high road. It's scaling a fucking cliff with your teeth. Holding yourself back after, like, if you've been abused, someone leveraged power over you to punish you, things like that. If you've experienced something like that, holding yourself back from returning energy for energy, it's not a road. It's not taking the high road. It's pulling yourself up a fucking cliff. Let's says should get some water too. Yes, please. Go hydrate yourself. You work very hard. Body needs the hydration. And it's tough. It is some of the toughest self-work that I've ever had to do. Yeah, holding yourself back, it takes restraining yourself and then redirecting yourself. It's so hard. And I've talked a few times in my streams about how I was struggling with how people who've experienced abuse are encouraged to stay quiet and how much I was struggling with that. And then I came across some content that said essentially the staying silent thing is some of the most unhelpful content out there. And it very much is. Silence preserves peace, but it preserves your abuser's peace. And the struggle really is for people who have experienced abuse is how do you speak of it? How do you say what happened to you? How do you address like a smear campaign, right? Because that's them ostracizing you, and you're so very helpless in what they're saying about you, and you're just like, how? And there's also consequences. Like if somebody has power over you in some way, then they want control. They want continued control of the narrative. And that means that sometimes it's not even safe. So how do you speak safely to your own experience? Because staying quiet is part of the abuse. We should not be affirming silence. How hot is it? It was pretty hot. I'm not sure exactly how hot, but I know the couple of times I got myself out of a bad situation. By the end, I was so fucking tired. I just didn't have anything left to do other than just live for a few months. No, for the recovery part is so rough because you get tanked. And it's part of why they do what they like. When you are put through IDD, which is like idealize, devalue, discard, and they don't successfully hoover you back, they'll go for full discard and smear campaign, right? And it's exhausting. And part of it is to elevate your adrenaline, destabilize you. Like they try to put you in an anxious state where you look unhinged, you look crazy, but they're the ones who put you in that state. But even though they put you there, they get to use confirmation bias of, see, look how she is, look how she's acting. And it's really like, no, your brain, we are interconnected. So if somebody's behavior is going more and more unhinged, we do need to critically examine the people in their environment. Hey dude, same. Came into the stream at a very relatable time. My condolences if this is relatable. It got to 90 Fahrenheit there. There's big Omerta vibe. What is Omerta? Apparently that's a reference that I don't quite catch. But I do actually. I think we need to start talking about this stuff more because those people like me who've experienced abuse, we deep dive in it. We do lots of research on it. We could tell you all the terminology, but it's really the secure, safe other people in our lives who need to know this terminology, who need to be aware of things. Like, I know what something like a smear campaign is, but a lot of like the other people who've never been abused, they don't know what it is and they don't know to look for it, right? Don't break Omerta. Oh, silence? The mafia vow of silence. Okay. Yes. Ye old gaslighting. Is that why a certain wannabe dictator's wife's pulling away from him? Probably. Probably. And there's so many different terms. I mean, even like idealize, devalue, discard, hoovering, things like that, dog whistling. There's a bunch of different terms. So I think if we did start speaking about this stuff, about domestic violence more, because so much of healing is put on the victim to do alone and in isolation. But like, hey, family systems theory, we're all integrated. Healing, abuse doesn't happen in a vacuum, neither does healing. And I think community wise, family unit wise, things need to step up. People need to get good. People need to actually start being critical of stuff. Like, to me, something like access to food, water, shelter, and access to being able to make your income reliably, those are non-negotiables. And if you see a situation where somebody has power over somebody's life and that compromises that person's physical safety, compromises their ability to work, compromises their ability to be with community, compromises their mental health, compromises their access to food, we should be shutting that shit down immediately. And I've kind of come to an understanding for myself of, like, when I've been on the receiving end of smear campaigns, and it highlighted for me exactly who did and who did not take my safety seriously. And that's why I'm being very black and white about it, is that, to me, if my safety is compromised and the people, my friends, my family, don't look at the person who compromised my safety and go, that was fucking inappropriate, get your shit together, make it right, they've failed me. My community and my friends have failed me. That's not negotiable. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, if I see you fail me, you fail my safety, out. Get the fuck out. And you don't get to badmouth me. You don't get to gossip about me, because my safety is not gossip. It's not drama. It's my safety. That's not negotiable. We're standing on business. And if you cannot be responsible enough to step up to that gold standard, out. Because you're now a liability. If you're going to treat someone's safety as gossip, if you're going to treat someone's safety being compromised as gossip, that means abuse is tolerable to you. And if abuse is tolerable to you in any fucking way, get the fuck out. No, absolutely not. Out. Ooh, Rosie mad. I am actually mad. I am in a place of being mad, because in so many fucking ways, my family failed me, and they failed me hard. There's relationships who I gave trust. I put my safety and my security in their, like, I trusted them with that. They failed me. Friends who saw me be put in danger, saw my safety compromised, saw my access to food and shelter compromised, and they didn't step up, didn't check that I was safe, didn't check for the real story, fucking failed me. That's not negotiable. And I've had it. I've absolutely had it with putting up with these people, making space for these people, leaving the door open for these people. Over. Game fucking over. Because yeah, that's my gold standard. I step up to that plate. I show up that way for people. The moment I have had a few friends over the last little bit tell me that their partner put them at risk, their partner put hands on them. I ripped in the last time I found out one of my friends had her partner put his hands on her, I ripped into him. I fucking ripped into him, and I went and I made a statement. That's the energy that I deserve. The Undead Young, thank you for the subscription for 7 months. That is so very appreciated. Got a resub for the realness. Thank you. Valid and justified. Thank you. No, this is something where I'm standing on business, and the business is my safety. My safety is not negotiable. And if somebody treats my safety like it's drama or I deserved it, get the absolute fuck out, because that means abuse is tolerable to you. And if you find abuse tolerable, you need to go sit with your fucking self, because in no way could I ever do anything to deserve having my safety compromised in any fucking way. And if you can't step up to that, if you can't get angry on my behalf, if you can't see that somebody has put my safety at risk and hold them accountable, yeet. No, I deserve to have people take my safety fucking seriously. Without question, without negotiation, that should have been a gold standard to every single friend and family member in my life. They were connected to me, they claimed to care about me, and if they didn't show up, they didn't even do the bare minimum of sliding into my DMs and being like, hey girl, are you safe? If they couldn't even do that bare minimum and check in with me, get the absolute fuck out. Caffeine Fiend, hi. Well, you've been here the whole time, but thank you for the follow. Mid-rant. I'm sorry Twitch is buffering during the rant. The protectiveness, ooh, okay, we love to see it. Thank you. Well, thank you for affirming it. And hello, Code Red Mutant Man. This guy says, so your family broke silence, which comes from humility, by the way. It's code of honor, not a hush or die like in the movies. So the thing is, I've talked about the concept of a sin eater before, right? And that's basically the person who takes on the sins of the family. And when my mom passed away, I became the family sin eater. I became the black sheep, the one who's been led astray. And I refuse to be that for them. Because the thing is, they can direct it at me all they want to, but at the end of the day, it will never change their own dysfunction. And the way that, like, these families will use people like me as their gossip, their drama. But like I said, the people pleaser knows everything. And if I were to turn it back around, the sin eater knows your sins. And if you've put all your sins on me to hold, if I ever fucking just let it go, you're fucked. You're so... And it's like, it's not fair. It is so not fucking fair. A mosquito flew into your eye? What? What place? Oh no. I like to think I'd be sitting in there protecting people. Look at us, we're your family now. Look at me. I'm your family now, bitch. Didn't even need to redeem it. She was already ranting. I know, but I wouldn't want to get you mad, but holy shit, when you're in passion. No, this is something I feel very passionate about, is that I took it quietly for so fucking long. I really did. And I'm not doing it anymore. I deserved so much better. I deserved so much fucking better. I deserve to be spoken well of. I deserve to have my body treated with basic human decency. I deserve to have my labor respected. Oh my God. That's not that hard. And I deserve to have my friends and family show the fuck up for me if I'm in danger. And they didn't. They failed me. I was not the problem. I did not deserve to be treated that way or spoken about that way, and they failed me. And I will say that with my full chest now. So if somebody is no longer in my life, it is because they fucking failed me. They failed to help keep me safe. They failed to hold the people who were abusing me accountable. And they failed to hold their own families accountable for participating in an abusive religious system. We're not dealing with that anymore. We're not holding that anymore. We're not being somebody's source of gossip. We're not being someone's source of drama. My safety and anybody else's safety is never an appropriate source of gossip. And if anybody, because I know certain people still check in and watch, and if that is something you've been participating in, you've spoken badly behind my back, you've turned my safety into drama, inappropriate. Sit with your fucking self. Not okay. Level up, get good, and get out. That's how I sort of feel after my rent crisis back in April. I think a few people could probably relate. A few people can probably relate. Want to make a super inappropriate joke, but this is a serious rant. You can't Blitz, make it anyway. Make it, feel free. I think humor is so vital. Humor is so vital for healing and undercutting things. It's a serious rant, but I'm also okay. That's part of the thing. I can say this now with my full chest because I'm okay. And I have the confidence to stand on the business that is my right to safety and security. Shares chicken nuggies. Please, yes, please. I feel like after that, aftercare chicken nuggies would hit. They would hit. Laughing out. So you said I took it quietly. I was going to say, yeah, take it quietly like a good girl. Listen, I have the opposite. I get told to take it loudly. Like, yeah. Yeah. And appreciate how honest, real, and open you are. Listen, humans learn by modeling and mirroring. And I've always wanted anything that comes out, anything I say, to be constructive. And I know that other people being impassioned and standing the fuck up for themselves and saying, no, that was wrong, that was not okay, and I deserved fucking better, that did good things for me. And I would hope the same for anybody listening. There are certain things that are not negotiable. If you take anything away from what I'm saying, there are certain things that are not fucking negotiable. Your access to food and shelter, not negotiable to compromise that. Your access to safety, people treating your body with respect, not negotiable. There are certain things where if people try to tell you it's normal that that's being compromised, or you deserved in some way to have your basic human necessities compromised, fuck that. Fuck that person. Not for real. Don't fuck, but no. There are certain things that are not negotiable, and I'm coming to a place where I absolutely do expect better from friends. I expect better from family. I expect better from relationships. I expect better from church communities. If somebody's basic human needs and safety is being compromised, they did not deserve it. You step the fuck up, you check if they're safe, and you hold the fucker accountable. That's what you do, and if you can't step up to that, you're a liability, and you need to sit with yourself, and you need to get good. Learn shit. Learn about domestic abuse. Learn about improper power dynamics. Learn about how to actually show up and support at-risk people. Get good. And until you can meet me here at my level, you're a liability, and I don't want you around. Because you're going to compromise my safety. And that's not okay with me. Have you seen the fully handmade dinosaur nuggets in Mexico? What? I know we're completely sidetracking into dinosaur nuggets, but I love dinosaur nuggets. I would love that. So yes, this is basically my affirmation to you that if somebody is trying to either if you see it happen to somebody else or it's happening to you, it's not okay. Absolutely not okay. You deserve better. You deserve better from your friends. You deserve better from your family. They do. We each have a responsibility to grow, heal, self-actualize, but our friends and family are interconnected to us, and they have a responsibility to show the fuck up. And if they don't, they need to make it right. They need to make it right. And if they don't, they're a safety liability, and you are 100% valid in keeping them out of your space and away from you until they can step the fuck up. A Rosie fun fact is I've been adopted by 3 VTubers and 1 regular Twitch streamer. Point. So I have a really big family. I don't know why these people adopted me. I'm not special. Listen, being adopted isn't about being special. Community is something we all need, right? Show up or fuck all the way off. Starting to realize simply telling someone you think they're in a bad situation may be just the one thing they realize, that their internal perception isn't wrong. No, I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago where she was describing some things in a questioning way. And I looked at her and I was like, I'm going to be very blunt with you. This is what you're dealing with. What he's doing is not okay. And that's the thing. Is like I've made a commitment to myself that if I see abuse, I'm going to call it abuse. And I'm going to be very frank and upfront within like what will hit for the person in whatever stage of acceptance they're at. You show the fuck up, you name it for what it is, and you don't prioritize your comfort over somebody else's well-being and safety. That's what it means to get good. It makes you tear up a little bit. Oh, starting to do. Being adopted means you're special to someone. Yeah. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, have so much religious trauma that it's put me in way too many unsafe relationships and situations. And that's the thing, though, is that a lot of that religious trauma specifically trains you to look for unsafe situations and tolerate them. But if you're Frank, who's Rosie? Anytime, trust that they see something you don't. That is much of the nifty. Also, I suck at taking my own advice, so I get the feeling of not being special. No, this is the more confident I get in standing on business, the business being my own safety and security. I might actually go into domestic violence advocacy as part of like my overall platform. Because I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with victims being expected to heal all by themselves. And I think communities need to get good and step the fuck up. So that might be, some, I've been sharing also, if you guys want to know more about this type of stuff, if you yourself have experienced unsafe situations, be in unsafe situations, I have been sharing a number of resources that I think are really good, helpful, quality, relatable to places like my Instagram story, or I'll repost them on TikTok. So if you're looking for good resources, I have been looking for them and sharing them. Thank you for the aggressive pep talk from someone who's cut off one parent, limited contact with the rest of your family. Hey, if you're standing on the business of your own safety when it comes to your family, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Good job. Go little rock star. Go little rock star. Because no, to my mind, what I endured from my family, from certain individuals, it was abuse, it was neglect. I don't want vengeance. I want them to make it right. That's what I want. That's what I deserve. And until such time as they can step up and make it right, make restitution for that treatment, out. All the way out. One of the great things about this community I've learned so much from everyone's stories and comments, have been blissfully ignorant for so long. Well, I'm glad we could be an effective learning source. See, you're literally like one of the 7 wonders of the world. You were very kind. You were very kind. It is hard. It is hard. And the thing is, though, it's definitely, it's taken me to a place where, when you go through those situations, you do see who comes through for you and who has done the work to know better. You can see the people who know the difference between drama and danger. You will find the people who genuinely care about you. And when you're able to identify the people who have ethical considerations, who take your safety seriously, who take your support needs seriously, when you identify those people, it helps your brain identify more people like that in the future. And you kind of take note of the qualities they had versus in other friendships and family and stuff like that I've let go, I can see such a stark contrast, because the people in my life that I consider safe to be in my life, they take my support needs seriously. They take my safety seriously. They don't negate it. They don't downplay it. They don't deflect it. It's something that they actually do take seriously. And the more I stand on the business of my own safety, the more I can be like, no, I was not the problem. I was an effective communicator. I was specific. My support needs are valid, and they should not have been negated. It's non-negotiable. Rosie, you only deserve to be treated one way, and it involves a crown. Aw, it's very nice of you to say. With great power comes great responsibility, and Rosie will be very responsible with her power. I try. I genuinely try. And this isn't... I don't say this to brag, but more so because this is something I am proud of myself for and I'm intentional about. Over the past several years, since getting a platform, I use my platform specifically to make content for mental health awareness, as supplemental support content. That's on purpose. My intent with my whole platform is to be uplifting and helpful. And with the resources I had, I've used my resources to help others. Like I've driven friends to the food bank, picked them up, helped pay for, if I knew a friend was in an unsafe situation, I've helped pay to maintain their security and access to work. That is stuff I'm proud of myself for. That's what I was doing with my time. That's what I was doing with my resources. And I cannot look at I cannot look at people who have spoken badly of me and say the same of them. Because that has, and this, it may be cringe and vulnerable and be like, what? Like, who would speak ill of you? Yes, I absolutely do have people in my life who should have been caring for me, who should have stood up for me, who should have spoken well of me, who spoke ill of me behind my back. I am aware of it. And even to my face, because I was tolerant of it and I took it. I can't look at those people and say that they have the same intent with their lives to uplift and care for others. Genuinely. It's not there. And I'm like, no, I see the difference. I see the difference, and I do not value what they value. Not to mess with your flow, but it can possibly bring a bit of joy eventually. Not eventually, now. Nora says, hey, Queen Rosie, gotta go. Have a lovely stream. Thank you for hanging out, Nora. Thank you for being here. It's right. No, it really is. If you have experienced abuse, like it's not a two-way street. It's not, it takes two to tango. It's not, we both are the problem. When there's abuse, it's one person, they were the problem. That's somebody leveraging power and punishing somebody for control. Calvin, hey, thank you so much. We got a subscription there. Thank you. Ooh, dino-shaped quesadillas. I love it. Yeah, no, it's not both parties are responsible. When there's abuse, somebody has crossed a fucking line, and it needs to be made right. That's what needs to happen. And so much content out there for victims I found is not helpful. I found is not effective. It's all this stuff about healing in silence and the best revenge is living well. And I'm like, actually, no, that doesn't promote self-advocacy though. That means I just have to take it. I have to swallow it, and not swallow in like in a fun way. I just have to like take it and then move on quietly. No, that's continued abuse. If you have experienced abuse, if somebody has compromised your safety and your security in some way, they've crossed a fucking line, and they need to be held accountable on a community level. Family and friends need to clock it, recognize it as inappropriate, recognize it as harmful, hold that person accountable, come around the person whose safety has been put at risk, uplift them, support them, get them back to safety. And the person who compromised that person's safety, who harmed them, needs to make it right. That's what needs to happen. Not moving on in silence, not revenge is living well. No. That perpetuates abuse. That just lets the cycles continue. We're not standing on that. And that's where I'm like, with my full chest, I don't want... I have experienced abuse. I have been abused. My safety was intentionally compromised to punish me and to put me at risk, to control me, to use my body, to disrespect my body. I experienced some really awful stuff. I don't want revenge. I don't want vengeance. I want my family and friends to step the ever-loving fuck up and make it right. That's what I want. And that's what I deserve. And I absolutely do expect it from them. I am not going to stop expect this. I am not moving on with I'm going to keep living my life, but I'm not going to move on in silence and live well. I absolutely will forever, until such time as I see it, I will forever expect better from those friends, from that family, from the people who abused me. I will never stop expecting you to make it right. Man, you just be feeding me these lines. Listen, I know there's probably some of this that is relatable to your situation too. The person being abused may not recognize the situation they're in. I'm realizing more and more how important it is for us to recognize it for what it is and speak up. Yes. Oh yeah, the classic revenge is a dish best served cold, but revenge is also sweet. Therefore, revenge isn't ice cream. I do have ice cream, actually, and I keep forgetting to eat it. I want justice, right? Just have a full Esmeralda moment, so just justice! Yes, and to denigrate your choices is a way of enforcing your compliance. Yeah. Well, in my case, I just want to be left alone from people trying to make my life miserable, bro. No, and honestly, we want peace. We literally want peace, and you deserve peace, right? Get good and eat dino nuggies. Ice cream equals soft, cold, sweet cheese. I don't know if I agree with that. That feels wrong. That feels incorrect. You had Costco ice cream for lunch? Ooh. And so no, I've come to a place in my own healing process where I will stand firm on this with my full chest. I was treated with abuse. I was not treated well. My family, my friends, community failed me. They did not step up. They did not protect me. There were people who claimed to care about me who spoke ill of me, and they should not have. I deserve better, and these people, those who have abused me and those who failed me in the process of being abused, need to make it right. That's what needs to happen, and I will not stop expecting it. There's no curdling or fermenting. So it's not a cheese. It's not a cheese. Check out Paramore's song You First. One of the lyrics, living well is not my kind of revenge. Living well is just a privilege. Oh, that hit. That hit because, like, for a lot of abuse victims have experienced what I've experienced, where family and friends failed to come through and keep them safe. The way that abuse is treated like drama is fucked up. And it's a systemic issue. It is such a prevalent problem because this isn't just me. This isn't just me. Most people who have been abused were failed by everybody else around them. Because the friends, the family, the community around them treated it like it was drama or like they deserved it in some way. And it's a complete and utter failing.
Sorry, I'm not sure that...
Alexa, stop. I didn't even say Alexa. Hides from the cheese experts. Yeah, you better run. Do you think any of them will ever make it right by you? You know what? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And it's for some of this stuff, like, it's been years, and I especially didn't see it with my mom, and I don't that's the thing, is that even though it is not likely for these people to actually recognize what the fuck it was I went through and how inappropriate their own behavior was towards me during that time when my access to safety and basic human needs was compromised, it puts me back together to say that I expect them to make it right. It's not likely for them to make it right, but I can say now with my full chest, because I saw content about this where they said most people say move in silence, stay silent, because it feels cringy and it feels awkward to say this hurt me. Stating directly that you were abused and someone caused you harm can feel cringy, and it can feel like, oh, you're just like, but no. So what if it's cringy? It'll put you back together to stand on business and say, make it right. Hi. Never get to catch my lives. Just wanted to hang out and say hi. Well, hi, welcome. Welcome to the discussion in regards to domestic violence advocacy education. Exactly. The abused person is treated like an awkward liability to the family and community. Who are they to upset the calm status quo? You were right on the money, Harley. It couldn't be more succinctly stated. Yeah, why can't they suck it up for everyone's benefit? Or it wasn't that bad, or it's all in your head, or you're unbalanced, you're mentally ill. Things like that. All of these things that negate what happened and do not validate it. But that's the thing, is that in order to acknowledge that what was done to me and said to me and about me was inappropriate and abusive, these people who need to make it right with me have a hell of a lot of introspective work to do with themselves and their own egos. Because for me to stand on business and say, you hurt me, you harmed me, and this is how, it goes up against their own ego defenses, and we all have them. We all have this thing. So if somebody says you hurt me, it hits the ego defense, and they have to have the maturity to let it through the ego defense, accept it, and then step up and say, you know what, you're right. I caused you harm. How can I make it right? And that's a maturity that is not likely, unfortunately, for a lot of abuse. The abuse, if the maturity was there to begin with, the abuse probably wouldn't have happened. If the maturity was there in the community and friendships and family, the safety wouldn't have been compromised to begin with. So it's not likely. I'm very realistic. I'm very realistic that in terms of the neglect, the abuse, the inappropriateness, the speaking badly about me in ways that I absolutely do not deserve, they're not going to catch it. It's something where I'm not expecting realistically that they'll step up, but I do know that for myself, I can now say in confidence, I was not treated well, my safety was compromised, and the people involved in that, including my family and community, need to step up and make it right, or they are complicit and complacent in the abuse that I experienced. That is not negotiable. Yeah, if you don't want drama, treat people with respect. It's not that hard. Yes, I'm a little bit in my feminine rage era. Rolly says, which is something that needs more light on it. Women and children that are abused are highly neglected. Yes. And also, yes, men also do experience abuse as well. So Rolly sharing, I was also abused as a male kid, was treated like I should be able to get over it, was also bullied into lying after the fact by his family, did not give in and back down. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. I know if you were if you're male, there's so much stigma about coming forward. Yes, the whole your wife hit you, take it like a man. You're seriously gonna admit getting your ass kicked by a girl? No, there's certain types of feminine abuse that can definitely tear somebody down. Mama trauma. mama trauma. And that's why I'm getting to a place of confidence where I will not accept drama. I will not accept gossip about things that have to do with people's safety and their access to basic human needs. If you are somebody who turns somebody's lack of access to safety, security, and their basic human needs, I don't fuck with you. I absolutely do not fuck with you. Get good. Like, check yourself, because there absolutely are people who saw my situation, who saw me being put in danger and celebrated it, mocked me and laughed at me for it. I don't fuck with you. That's inappropriate. That's messed up. You need to go sit with yourself, because those things are non-negotiable and nobody deserves to have them compromised. That's black and white. Yesterday I said something to my friend that I felt was hurtful. After a bit of reflection, I profusely apologized. They didn't see it as hurtful. They were glad I recognized that it could have been. And that's awesome. Like, being able to, being able to take it seriously when someone says, I feel hurt, that's important. Added trauma user's name was Michael, and that was literally more than half my first name for 33 years. Ugh. Yeah, a little bit of a trigger there. Having mommy and daddy issues gave me more of a character arc. Same though. And I look at my own family, and my family uses Jesus' second coming as a way to deflect from their own personal responsibility towards each other. Because when the whole thing is like, Jesus comes again and Jesus makes everything better. And therefore, my family does not need to take responsibility for the harm, the interpersonal harm being done to each other, because Jesus is going to make it right. It's a complete dissonance, and it's very convenient. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, no, I have not been led astray. I'm not being influenced by demons. How I was treated was wrong. There was neglect. The religious trauma was fucked up. There are a lot of things that I can state to my family now in complete conviction of, no, I've not been led astray. You failed me. And no, abuse is absolutely not just physical. It can be mental and emotional too. No, abuse can be schmexual. It can be emotional. It can be economic and financial. Typical passing responsibilities off to someone else. Rolly says, all of that is part of why I appreciate your content so much. Sometimes the random positivity on my For You page is more of an emotional reaction than everything else I see. Listen, and I've said this a few times over the past couple streams, my commitment to myself is that I will not be like the people I've left behind. I will leave an impact. I will use my voice to do better than they did. And I'm not going to stop doing that. Well, he says, I went through a 5.5-year abusive relationship, emotionally, physically, schmexually. My friends wouldn't say anything because they thought I was happy. My family was just happy that I was with a man. Came out as queer when I moved out at 17. Oof. Oh, Jarek. Hi. Thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome. No, because I know what to look for. I had a friend go through her own smear campaign where her ex started messaging anyone and everyone they ever knew with all of this gossip about her, talking about how she was a cheater, she was a manipulator, he was so miserable and he'd done so much for her, but he still loved her, but he was being treated so bad. As soon as he showed up in my inbox with all of that, I went to her and I was like, "Hey, what is the direct information?" And that's when she was able to show me concrete evidence in their separation of what he'd been doing. And I was like, smear campaign right there, caught you, fucker, and shut him down. And that's the thing, what you have to do. If you see a couple separate and the one partner, especially if that partner has some kind of physical, economic power over the other, and they start claiming that they are so hard done by and the other person is so horrible and has done all of this stuff, red flag, check with the other person. If they're separating, especially if they're separating and now they're in your inbox or they have voice calls, things like that, where all of a sudden this person who's separating is a full villain, check. Double the fuck check, because you could end up being a flying monkey for an abuser. You could end up ostracizing somebody who's at risk. You could end up helping an abuser abuse someone at risk. Double the fuck check. She hath no name says, my ex stepmom used chores as an excuse to make me do painful and humiliating things that my therapist, who's worked with POWs, referred to as practically torture, only because I was too big for them to hit without worrying about me hitting back. That is not uncommon, especially from parents to kids. I was like, for those listening in, like if you're taking notes about red flags to look for, how parents treat their kids in regards to labor, watch for that one. According to Mythos, Jesus died for your sins, didn't give you carte blanche to commit more sins. Yeah. And of course, we are talking about heavy subject matter, but this is important subject matter. I know for some people this can be triggering, so please interact according to your capacity. But the intent of this discussion is educational. It is to, if you're listening in, this is something that is very important to me, and I want this information to go out to as many people as possible, so that we start seeing we start seeing actual harm reduction. Hello, Rainbow. Hi, welcome back. welcome. Heavy, but learning a lot. Yeah. So I got too big. Punishment changed to psychological means. That's also not uncommon. That's also not uncommon, unfortunately. And there are things to look for. There are actually things that you can see from the outside that, if you look at it pretty objectively, it'll come into clarity and focus. My family just does a lot of emotional manipulation. It sucks. Like, you start to learn how much they're hurting when they put it all on you, and you just feel bad. Yeah, Angel, if that's giving, what is that one song? Where it's like, pressure like a drip, 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 that'll never stop. Oh. Give it to your sister. Your sister's older. Give her all the heavy things we can't shoulder. Watch as she buckles and bends, but never breaks. No mistakes. Rainbow says, I'm visiting a Lego exhibit at a museum soon, which is exciting. Oh, I love Lego exhibits. I've seen a couple of those and always enjoyed it. The worst part is I'm sure she didn't even realize what she was doing. It can depend. Some of them absolutely know what they're doing, and others are Love that movie, all of Pixar. It's good stuff. Thank you for lurking, Grey Wolf. And yeah, this is probably something. Hi, Billy. This is something that I'm going to be putting a lot more focus into with my content, is talking about. I think we need more content about how to effectively speak about what you've experienced, because the whole move in silence shit isn't healthy. Move on in silence is not healthy. Some people know exactly what they're doing and are projecting their own trauma onto you. And I shared a resource from a domestic violence advocacy page on TikTok this morning. They were talking about a research article where there was this therapist, I think he's a therapist, working with a group of men who had been convicted of domestic violence. And the theory was that if you could just teach men empathy, they wouldn't abuse. But then he decided to ask the group the question, what benefits do you get from abusing your partner? And at first they were all quiet and they were like, there's no benefits. There's no benefits to this behavior we have. And eventually it started coming out to the point where like he was writing it and they filled a whole blackboard. I very much recommend looking this up. There are so many benefits for men in abusing their partner. And as long as there are benefits, they're going to keep doing it. And keeping that in mind, we can't have victims healing alone. We need community accountability because they are reputation. A lot of abusers are reputation oriented. And if you have a community clock what they're doing, it takes away so much more of their power. Let's see. Never realized how much that song actually resonates. Rosie make me have a revelation because Lord, even my family ever put their emotions on my back. Yeah, that's not uncommon for like emotionally immature, developmentally stunted parents to put their emotional regulation onto their kids as a chore. Oh yeah, why do you have to tell everyone your problems? You're making everyone else feel bad. Are you too inept to handle your own drama? Yeah, and it's like, it's not drama. One of my favorite channels, actually a really great resource, you guys, one that a content creator I appreciate so much, is on YouTube, and this is the channel Swoop, SWOOP. And Swoop does documentaries. They actually have 2 channels. Both are really awesome. Some of the best content. Very informative, knowledgeable, and they'll talk about things like abuse tactics like Darvo, things like that. And Swoop's whole catchphrase, essentially, like one of the foundations of their content is, it's not drama, it's dangerous. Therefore, we need to take it seriously. And it had, honestly, Swoop's content has had such a big impact on myself, having experienced abuse, reorienting and refusing to accept being gossiped about, refusing to accept the idea that I would have done something to deserve the abuse, or I just wasn't smart enough to prevent it or see it coming. No, it's it's very much been a positive impact in my self-advocacy development. Found it and subbed. You never realize how much of a red flag mature for your age is until you're out of it. I got told mature for your age a lot. A lot. And it's like, I'm not mature for my age. You're just making my brain develop certain things way faster than it's supposed to. Yes, they are abusers are reputation oriented. And if we can get to a point where friends, family, community becomes knowledgeable about all this stuff so that they see it, catch it, and hold it accountable immediate, like you're going to take so much power away from people who are okay with benefiting from abuse. I was always mature for my age, which was yikes on review. Oh, it's okay, Sky. You can always watch it back. It's still the same topic. And yeah, thank you guys for making space for me to just like verbally about this, because some of the stuff that I've experienced, it really tested my own sense of resolve. It tested my sense of self-worth. And because like some of the stuff that I've experienced, it is designed to break you down, designed to make you feel guilty, designed to make you think you are the villain. And that's not the case. That is not the case. I've come to the point where I'm fully confident in regards to certain things are not negotiable, and I could never deserve to have them compromised. And if the people around me saw my safety compromised and didn't step up for me, they didn't check if I was safe, they didn't contribute to getting me back to safety, and they didn't hold the person accountable who put me at risk, they failed me. That's not negotiable. Probably never go public with the way my family's treating me, but that's to protect myself. Backlash is rough. Backlash is rough. That is rough. And it's something, like I was saying, I've shared with you guys that I've been testing different ways. I don't want to be silent. I've sat in silence. I've tried silence. It didn't work. It did not result in healing. So I've been testing different ways of using my voice. And the one that feels the best, the one that feels like pieces of me are coming back together, is the one where I stand up and say the way I was treated was wrong. I deserve better. I deserve to be spoken well of. And I deserve the people that failed me to step up and make it right. That's where it is. Like, if I were to look at healing for myself, where I genuinely feel healing is where I confidently say and stand on business with, you failed me, make it right. Sorry. Auto mode. No, that's where it is. It's not I want vengeance, I want retribution, I want an eye for an eye. Healing for me is in stating definitively, I was abused, my safety was compromised, and my family, my community, my friends, not all of them. There's so many. There's so many who came through for me, but the ones who didn't failed me, and they need to make it right. That's where it is. Stand on business and sit on faces. Oh my god. My sperm donor was always this perfectly presented man in public, but a fucking piece of shit in private house because reputation protection. Now it makes sense. Exactly. That's why a lot of pastors' kids leave the church, is they know who they'll watch their parents be one way in the pulpit and another way at home. Yeah. Hey, Kitsunes. Hi. Better late than never, for sure. Yeah. And also, yes, an abuser goes from being a missing stair to not being able to pull in new supply to abuse if the community and friends and all of that around them. Because the thing is, yes, you can be gay in chat, Blitz. Be gay in chat. By all means, please do. The thing is with abusers is that they often get like punished, like if there's accountability, they're punished, ostracized, things like that. And one of my theories is that abusers should be kept visible. Once somebody has crossed a fucking line, if you see somebody cross the line into blatant abuse, keep them visible for the rest of their life. Keep them like, keeping them accountable. Like, if I were to have a son and I found out that my son assaulted somebody, I would be on top, like I would be in his life and for as long as I'm alive, making sure that he never dates again. I'd be like, nope, you can't be trusted with women's safety. I would make sure that any woman he approached knew exactly what he had done. And be like, no, here's accountability. You crossed a fucking line. You compromised someone's safety. You can't be trusted with other women. Shut down. I'm keeping my eye on, like, if you're my kid and I know that you did this, I am helicopter parenting you for the rest of eternity. Blitz says, I currently have a mild internet crush on this random, really cute goth microbiologist I found on TikTok. Not sure pronouns, so their content is all educating on various health, food safety concerns, breaking down information. They're also really cute. Aw. Yeah, I definitely have my own, I have my own TikTok crushes, for sure. Just, I'm like, oh my god, you're so pretty and smart and funny and talented. They also have that thing where the canines are slightly longer than normal. Ugh. I definitely have a weakness for that too. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Exactly. Keep them and their behavior visible. And yes, we're all swooning with you. We're all swooning with you, Blitz. Yeah. No, and unfortunately, mine are always in the States for some reason. I'm like, god damn it. Stan TikTok crushes. Morticia's content? If you don't have an internet crush, are you really interested in being online? Yeah. Are you really on the internet? We'll also have a little palette cleanser. I ended up going... Wow, you guys, I ended up popping off for 2 hours. Oh my god, the lisps. The lisps are so good. But yeah, if you guys can't tell, this is something that I am becoming very passionate about. Okay, and also I'm going to bring the audio up for you guys so you can hear it. That's important. I know, that was a whole 2-hour rant, and wait, I thought I finished this. Bye, Rainbow. I guess I have to just... Oh my god. Oh, that'd be so hard in the knees. I'm gonna take some time, absorb this info for a bit. Might pop in later. Thank you, Chip. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, so many internet crushes. All the internet crushes. But I think where I'm at is that something that I noticed is that content about how to effectively speak on your experience is not really available. Go Power Ranter.
1, 2.
Yeah, we did this already, so I'll skip it. Bye. Good night, She Hath No Name. We'll report on Lego time. Please do.
I'm gonna share a file with you, okay?
Yeah, we did
We
this.
need to keep moving. Test station Ivy can't be far off.
Drop to ledge. Whoa!
Stick the landing.
Well, I'm alive. That's a positive. And because there's so much content on, like, oh, you were silent, you stayed so quiet, you good girl. It's like, Fuck that. Fuck that. No. Actually, even though it isn't likely, it is okay for you to say definitively on your own behalf that how you were treated was not okay and you expect them to make it right. It's okay to crush on all the goth girls. Listen, we all crush on all the goth girls. If you have cheese and I have cheese, does that mean we're both cheesy? Yeah, just, technically.
The proving grounds. Maybe it connects the rig to the tower.
Best not to linger here long, then.
Apparently I took out most of my health in that fall. I didn't even notice.
So, I never asked. Are you from around here?
No, I'm not. Spent most of my life in a place where I was.
We both traveled a long way then.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to figure out my way. Fangs? Fangs. Fangs hit different. They really do. I use them a lot in my content for a reason.
Okay,
We're out.
let's find a way to get into the proving ground.
And also health, which is conveniently right here. It's like a little data point right up here. What does this say? Oh, it's another... a whole other poem here for the wreaths. I think it's connected to these wreaths somehow. Right. No, I've had like one TikTok crush for like the past 2.5 years. I'm just like, every time I see their content, I'm like, oh my god, you're gorgeous!
It's so still.
I feel like something could happen in here. If you don't have fangs, how else are you gonna reenact Red Wine Supernova? Is that like vampire content? Could go on a tangent about how much I love vampire aesthetic, but we'd be here all night. Oh, sounds good, Blitz. Tell Jay I said hi.
Whoa! It's one of those machines.
Oh my, what?
Turn invisible?
Oh, it's a
Have to take it out to
it's a
get into
dreadwing, and it is acidic. Lovely. Love this for us. I don't, but let's take it. All right, what's it weak to? Come on, give me a general fire. Fire. I guess we choose violence. Alright, let's see if we can at least give it some elemental damage to start. Oh, it goes on the ground too. Alright, elemental damage. And also more fire. Whoa! Oh, and it's invisible. Of course, like this thing wasn't very overdramatically overpowered already. Got it. Sort of. Can I make some of this? Oh, I can, please. Maybe I can knock off some of those components, right? Destroy, pillages, and murders. Hi, PK Screams. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on, if I can get it... If I can get it to land over here... Come here, big guy. Come here. Oh, shit. I'm in close. Overshoot! Overshoot! No! Too far! Too far! No, wait, go back. Ma'am! Pull out your weapon. Oh god. We can just get it to go over here. I don't know if that worked. Oh, ow. Excuse you. Alright, I need to shoot something vital off of this. It also seems to have a weak point right in the center. Yeah, that's it. Ah! That would hurt. That would hurt a lot. Listen, vampire thing for vampires is not uncommon. I know, it is giving Batman, isn't it? Okay, where is it? Come on, give me a clear shot, please. That's what I was going for. That's what I was looking for. Where'd you go? Whoa. Alright, so lots of elemental damage. Oh, he moved! That would have been such a great shot. Okay, come on. Fire damage too. Let's go. Here we go. I think we've also got a spot right there on the top. Oh, I haven't watched the old Batman stuff in a while. Harley says,
should be able to get into Test Station Ivy now.
today I learned SSRI have been taking for years reduces the body's ability to regulate heat. Actually, yes, a bunch of people were putting out like PSAs, warnings that if you're on SSRIs, you are susceptible to issues with health and heat. And to be very careful of that. Just keep an eye on it. You're just like any mythical creature. That'll do the trick.
There's some data here on the adamantine wreath we can use.
And one of the...
Oh, that's interesting.
Find something?
The fourth test station. Willow. It looks like it's underwater.
Huh. That might be worth a look sometime.
Okay. Data corruption minimal from Tala Aquino. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Arthur C. Clarke. But you are supposed to understand the trick once it is done, when the curtain pulls back to reveal the mirrors. Yet I still have no idea how we achieved this act of scientific conjuring. It's not just the speed with which the projects have come together, or the stability of the results, despite the complexity of the bioengineering. It isn't even the huge variety of crops that can now be made more heat, drought, and disease resistant. It's the simple fact that all these results are tangible. No announcements in scientific journals, no celebrating predictions born from simulations. Our research has become manifest in physical artifacts. Where a dream took root in an abandoned industrial site 4 years ago, now there stands row upon row of automated FAS farming units, each of which can conduct gene manipulation in the field, the actual field. These robots analyze soil composition, light intensity, temperature, wind speed, and 100 other factors. Then, utilizing the gene sequences we created, they can select or construct a plant to produce the best yields for that location. Of course, all of the crops these units create are best harvested by other FAS machines. But when a population is starving, what government is going to quibble about being forced to use our robots to speed things up? Should I be uncomfortable watching Ted Farrell's coffers swell with money from the desperate and the starving? Oh, is this giving Mr. Beast? Jokes? Maybe, but I know that it is his belief, money, and drive that has filled the world's empty stomachs. Desperation can only be experienced by the living, and we have given them back their lives. Us, our work, Farrell's resources, science triumph. Together we have changed the world. All right, so this was the station with the farming agriculture technology.
I must have faith. I walk with the ancestors. We shall find what we seek.
This console's still operational.
Any goodies? I also want loot. Also, depending on how busy I am this weekend, I might do a tarot stream.
In every way. The Reeves work. And Cobble came through. On a way to destroy them. Downloading a coded key into the deployment shell triggers an enzyme that causes the Reeves to eat themselves from within. But it's too late. The latest projections from U.S. Robot Command have swarm reproduction outpacing our ability to drop the shells by 375%.
Oof.
Not even close. I guess we deserve this. I deserve it for what I made here. This will be my last log before evacuation.
I haven't done a tarot stream in a while.
So all their efforts were in vain. They ran out of time.
At least we have the software module they created. It should get rid of the vines produced by the metal flowers. I need a workbench to load the module onto my spear.
There's one back at our camp. The map showed a path leading back.
Let's see. Did 2 reading his last 2 nights? Both went for the jugular. Tarot tends to do that. Rolly says, I have the Horizon games, never played them. What's your favorite and least favorite part? I love just fighting the robot dinosaurs, honestly. When it comes to me being pleased, it's easy. It's very simple. The least favorite part, I think, would be sometimes the dialogue can run a little long. The exposition can be like a little too long sometimes. Let's see. No, I did this one. We need to go this way. Yes, we do actually. I was trying to figure out a good time to do the Spaceballs stream. In the Discord server. Let's see. From Marjane's letter. Marjane? It is with regret that I resign. I share that regret, Marjane. You served as an excellent deputy, but no single person is above the team or the project. I came to create life, not to destroy it. After all we've achieved together, I did not expect such lack of vision. Yes, our research has shifted direction, but biomass conversion is no different than burning wood in a stove or distilling ethanol from molasses. It is a method to release solar energy that was captured organically. Yes, there are military applications for this technology, but that does not mean there is a logical, moral argument against biomass conversion itself. To say so is emotional petulance, plain and simple. quote, the saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. It turned out the biomass consumption thing ended the planet completely, so.
That must be the 4th testing station we saw on the map.
Looks like it's been flooded for a while.
Hi, Mitt. Oh, Midas Paragon, hi.
Climb up.
Right behind you.
How's it going? Yeah, you guys would like to do a little tarot stream? Yeah, because there's some, like, cosplay stuff and things like that on a plan for, so we will see.
Right. Easy.
Right, right, we killed everybody into her camp last time. Oops.
Made it. There. The workbench.
Yay,
Better make haste.
resources.
After we encountered the barbarians, our lieutenant called for reinforcements.
Exactly, may the Schwartz be with you.
Right.
I feel like that could go badly. All right, we need to add this to our all-purpose utility tool so that we can kill those vines. What weapon upgrades do we have? Shredder. When did I pick up a Berserker Hunter bow? At some point, apparently.
Now what?
Now we get to that data core.
Okay, we're gonna come over. Here. And this should let us into the right section that we are looking for.
Let's hope this new module works.
I guess we just
Moving. Let's see if the software
I guess we just whack it.
Vines. They're falling apart.
Door's clear.
When in doubt, just whack it.
The data core looks intact.
Time to bring Demeter home. Demeter,
Here she is.
it's time to go home.
Aw, hi pretty girl.
See you in the morning. Yes.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Oh, I saw, hey pretty girl. The seed of
Override activated. Restoring Demeter subordinate function to original code.
What did you do? I've never seen my focus glitch like that.
I found a special type of data. It's something you can't read. But they kept a tight grip on the data core. But now you should have access to the central server. All of it. Should give you something to bring home.
You were right. Hundreds of archives. Almost all of it relating to agriculture.
What? How convenient.
It would take us years to get through all of this. But we don't have that kind of time. What you said before about...
Whoop.
Alva! Hold your fire! By the word of the ancestors, you must stop. Come. Look at who you fired on.
That barbarian killed our soldiers!
Only those who fired blindly. She is no barbarian. She gave me the data we need. Come. Look at her.
Yeah, she hath no name is no longer in chat to collect the
Can't
quotes.
you see? Elizabeth Sobek stands before you. An ancestor reborn.
should bring the ancestor back.
It is we who follow their word, Commander, not the other way around. My apologies, Dr. Sobek. Our people's faith is strong, but there are those who are not as familiar with the legacy as they should be.
You heard the diviner. The data has been found. You two, with me. The rest of you, meet us back at the beach for return to landfall.
Love how I came back to Rosie saying, "Hey, pretty girl." Oh,
I can't talk long. They will have many questions.
So do I. Your people know a lot about the past. And about Sobek, I guess, but they're...
Please, I must know. What you said before about working towards the same goal, how long will it take?
I don't know. A few months?
Then you are my family's best hope. Let nothing get in your way.
she's so
You
sweet.
have opened my eyes to many things, and for that, I thank you. But now you must go.
Will I see you again?
Soon we return to Legacy's landfall. It might be dangerous for you to go there.
Tell me how to reach it, just in case.
We made landfall on the northeast edge of the sunken city. The currents around the archipelago are vicious, and the only approach is from the south. And it is guarded. Only attempt to go there if you must.
Diviner! What's the delay?
Please, go. If you attempt to stay here any longer, they may want to take you with us, and that won't go well for anyone.
All right, we'll skedaddle.
I better do as Alpha says. I need to get Demeter back to Gaia any...
Wait, what? Oh, I'm still in the building, that's why. What is this? This looks like fun. I wonder what trouble we can get into in there.
Explore the area before I make the trek back to base.
Oh,
Now I can use the vine
for
powder
real.
and those other metal flowers I found earlier.
If you were bi or pan femme, this is a great game to play for gay reasons. Many, many, many gay reasons. I think we can just skirt around this and get to that little lagoon back there. Maybe, or not.
Must be how Alva and the Quen got here.
Let's just take their stuff while we're at it. Yoink. That's mine now. Almost looks like there's some kind of like fence around this. Wait, that's not the lagoon I was going for. Okay, we gotta go the other way. If you haven't noticed yet, there is a Pride-themed face paint Aloy can get. I have not seen that. I'm gonna have to keep my eye open for it. Plus the himbos. Yes. Oh my god, it got so dark. Where did it go? Oh, it's still there. Alright. Oh, it should be an auto unlock. Okay. Are we going the right way? I feel like there's just like a bunch of buildings and shit here that is in the way. No, this, you are more than welcome to learn, not learn, use the sound alerts. Don't mind me just like bushwhacking for a hot second here. Let's see, with the PK Scream says the BS trans meeting with Danielle Smith was today. Glad the counter protesters showed up. Do you mean Danielle Smith in Alberta? Watching Rosie has the same effect on the buys and the pans. I am more than happy to inspire a little bit of gay panic. That's affirming for me. Oh, I didn't know. I am, because I'm no longer in Alberta, so I'm kind of out of the loop with anything happening there. She had more anti-trans laws to propose. What a...
Hello, motherfucker.
Ugh. That, I have thoughts about that woman. None of them pleasant. And honestly, I really think we as a society need to get to a point where it's like, are you a doctor? No? Shut up. Ooh, look how pretty this is. Whoa. That was a lobster. I think we can kill lobsters. Oh, I don't even know how we're supposed to get in there. Huh. There's enough gay panic for everyone in the House of Quartz. And yes, 100% anti-trans laws or anti-human laws. They're gross. And at a baseline, if you are not trans, you're not the expert in that experience. You do not get to be out here stepping into somebody else's medical anything like you're an expert. That was a lobster should be a sound. Look at that fish. Dinner. Also, there's a manta ray. All right, let's give this a shot. Maybe we can catch him. Come here, buddy. I'm getting closer. No, come back. I thought I got him. I did not. He's a slippery little bastard. Come here. Come here. Got him. All right, we can now make more food, which I love for us. Yeah, right? Sunset by the water? Love it. Hold on, let's go. Let's go. Ha! Sorry. I know, like, with every game, for some reason, there's fishing. It just has to happen. And now I kind of want a lobster, though. Or a crab. I wonder if there's crabs. We do, like, the crab rave for real. I think that's a crab. Is it a crab? There's a lobster over there. It is a crab. Oh, there's nothing that's more regulating for me than being by water. Instantly cured. Everything's fixed. I no longer have trauma. Oh my goodness. There's a cauldron over here. Huh. Ooh, look at this. There's lots of little spots back here. I know, just crabs with hands. Yoink. Have you guys seen the Yoink guy? I found him on... I found him on Instagram, and he just like yoinks all the creatures. Oh, missed him. Oh, missed! Damn it! What the?
Well, this isn't gonna do much.
Oh man! Oh man! That sucks. When they said heavily guarded, they were not kidding. I don't love that for us. Look at this. This big, angry tortoise boy. Is weak to acid, though. Are we going to take this on? We do have a bunch of advanced acid traps. Can I put this down here? No, I cannot. It's underwater. Fuck. Aw, I'm glad you're having a good time hanging out. And there's this danger buddy. Awesome. Oh, this might come in handy. I do have full valor, so... Alright, let's give this a shot.
I'm not giving up.
Oh! Ow! Alright, well, we got some elemental damage happening. At the very least. Whoa! Alright, some ice damage. A little bit of ice never hurt anybody. It's fine. Right, give me something. How on earth did he jump that far? Also, I thought I dodged that, and I didn't. Ow! I'm getting my ass handed to me right now. Fuck's sake. Dive, dive, dive. Apparently I just randomly caught a fish, though. We got that going for us. Is this health? No, it is not. It's cooking. Is there health? Anywhere? No? Oh yes, to quote Olaf. Oh look, I've been Oh god. It's among us. How do I get into that cauldron though? Oh my god. Oh, that did something. I think I got one of its weapons off. Uh-oh. Ow! Come the fuck on! Yeah, I'm scared. Penguin, hi! Oh yeah, we're going to die. This. Oh my god! What the hell? What the hell just happened? Oh no! Oh no! 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 I think we're just gonna swim for it. I have no more health left. That was a big.
I can't find it underwater. I have to sneak past it.
That was a big scary boy.
Give me some cover. Using frost won't help here.
If I have smoke bomb, I have smoke bomb. Whew. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. We have 0 health. And we're underwater with a metal crocodile. No big deal.
Looks like I can swim down from here.
Oh my god. Big, angry, snarly boy. Okay, 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 okay. Closer, closer. Where's the entrance to this place? There's cauldrons, right? Right. I think. Where's the entrance? Oh, shit. I can't tell where I'm supposed to go in. I'll hydrate. Awkward. Okay. Nobody move, nobody breathe. Fuck's sake. Okay, where's the door? I'm so confused. Is that the door? I don't think so. I can't tell where to go from here. And that's fine. Oh, I think I go down. Yeah. That's what we gotta do. Today's Friday. Can only drink water if a lesbian forces it down my throat. But since I'm a good burb, also accept bisexuals and asexuals. Fair enough. Listen, you just want to be stepped on. It's fine. I can relate. Yeah, right? It's just making intense eye contact without realizing that it is intense eye contact. Have a healthy dose of prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact. I can't see for shit down here. Am I turned around? Where am I? I guess we go deeper. And there wasn't a single bit of health in there? What the?
Now's again, we'll make this go quick.
What is that? A shell? Oh, that's the shell snapper that's up above. It's so dark in here. That's a crocodile. Angie boy is there, so where do we go? I can't see anything. Why'd they make it so dark in here? What the heck? It's literally pitch black. Where are we? Am I hitting a wall? Oh, no wait, I think I just got turned completely around again. Awesome. Hate that for me. Okay, so this is the entrance to the cauldron. Where are we? I've been streaming for like 3 hours and I am now, it's like 10 p.m. so I'm a little bit, I am getting groggy. Why did they make this so dark? What the heck? I don't know if anyone remembers this part, but I am lost. That might also be my sign to go to bed.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
I'm always so sad that it's such a short audio. But that actually, this might be my sign to go to bed. Because I can feel it. I can feel the tired. I am the eepy. I'm the eepiest of the eeps. Ah. Bing bong. You have no sense of direction? Yeah, me neither. But I always find my way out. I might be I'm navigationally challenged, but I will always figure out where I'm going eventually. We just end up on a lot of adventures on the way. Oh, that song is a happy place. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me today and making space for more of my lovely little rants about mental health and things like that. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm in a little bit of a character. I'm having some character arc development going on right now. And I'm happy you guys are with me for that ride. Because I think, like, as a content creator, it can be very tempting to present yourself as, like, perfect and all-knowing and protect reputation at all costs. And I'm like, actually, a lot of the times, I don't know what I'm doing. I know some things, but just I don't always know how to apply it effectively. I am human, am figuring it out, and I'm okay with that vulnerability. I'm okay with being upfront with my audience and being like, actually, I can be a disaster, or I might not know everything, or I'm learning this stuff right along with you. And we have an ara. Got a night. Thank you for a safe space for people to sit and relax. Also vent and be safe. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Aw, you guys. You guys are the best. I just saw a mutual of mine is streaming. I haven't actually seen them stream in a while. This would be Josh Dreamin'. And if you guys like kind of like soft affirmation, I don't know what their pronouns, like, I'm going to say it's like soft daddy energy, but I don't know confirmation on that or what their comfort levels are with honorifics. So I'm saying they do like soft daddy type of content. But as we raid, please do not directly call them daddy unless you find out that that's something they're comfortable with. Honorifics with consent. Because that's important. Thank you, Derigo, for doing the thing. But yeah, they do, like, if you like the soft affirmation content, it's good stuff. Raid's been created. Amazing. Well, thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me tonight. And like I said, keep an eye out I do want to do a tarot stream soon. Just haven't figured out when exactly. Aw, thank you, Billy. And of course, please take care of yourselves. Remember, your worth is not your productivity. Stay hydrated and do good things for your brain that make it go brrr. All right, let's go give Josh Dreamin' a raid. And of course, you can find them on other forms of social media. All that good stuff. We're gonna drop my kids off. Let's go for a raid. Good night, everybody.